Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome to this 18th episode on the daily sketch series. This is the 17th one? I believe this is the 17th one. Yeah, my bad. So yeah, welcome to the 17th episode of the daily sketch series. For today's video, I actually have something new to share with you, which is that this is the day in which I started using my charcoal pencil. I've been meaning to try charcoal for a while now. I didn't do it before just because I didn't think I would enjoy it at all. Like, I didn't see it as a medium that I will actually like because, you know, at the time I was very into watercolor and oil painting, even though I never tried oils, but that's something that I've always wanted to try. I feel like I'm more of a painterly person. I don't like my portraits to look very stiff or very photorealistic. I rather keep them on the looser side. And even on the more abstract side of things, I know that most of my stuff seems super rendered and stuff like that, and it's something I've been trying to work on ever since that I started this artistic journey last year. I've been trying to make my stuff look more artistic rather than just photorealistic, but I've been failing very badly. And I think it's because of the tools that I've been using, but yeah, that's just another story. Right now I just want to share with you how I've been feeling trying out charcoal, and man, has it been fun. I was actually waiting for a package that I ordered from Amazon, in which I just asked them to send me some paper. Well, I didn't ask them, I bought it. But yeah, I got these pastel boards from Canson. They're pretty okay, I guess. I've never seen paper with so much texture like those. I thought it was going to be kind of like sandpaper as opposed to just regular paper, but yeah, it's just more on the regular paper side of things. And I got this earth tones block, and they're really pretty. I also got a couple of charcoal pencils to try out, which you're seeing on screen right now. I'm using just one. I don't really know how they work because they're supposed to be on 3 different hardnesses. Like, the ones that I got are number 2, 3, and 4, and I believe that number 4 is the hardest one of them all, because when I was swatching them recently, I found out that number 2 is actually very easy to smudge as opposed to number 4, because number 4 leaves a little bit more marks on the paper as opposed to number 2, which doesn't leave that many marks at all. So yeah, I don't really know how they work. It's very confusing because they should be just like regular pencils, like 8B and stuff. That would make things so much easier. The brand that I'm using is gi.joeh. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Their watercolors are very popular. I didn't even know that they sold charcoal pencils, and I didn't even know that they were this brand. I got them from these pencils. I didn't get from Amazon. I get them from the local art shop near here, and so it didn't look like a popular brand, and it didn't even look high quality. They were very cheap. I believe they were like $3 or $4 at most, and yeah, I got 3 of them for $4, so I wasn't expecting a lot from them, but I also didn't want to spend a lot of money on pencils since I didn't know if I was going to like the medium. And it's a good thing that I didn't, because I'm going to talk on some stuff along the videos that are about to come, like the next day and stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about what I did like about them in this video. And I found out that they're very nice to work with, in the sense that you get a lot of tones and a lot of values out of just one pencil. Because if you are familiar with the graphite pencils, you would know that you can't really get a lot of values from just one pencil, especially if you're working with the hardest ones. Maybe if you were to work with an 8B or something very soft, you could possibly get a lot of shades from there. But it's not the same, and also they are not as blendable as charcoal. Charcoal is very blendable. Even the hardest one, which as I said, is the number 4, I believe. Even with that one, I was able to get some nice shades. Right now I'm just using one pencil. I also didn't go and do an under sketch with anything other than this charcoal pencil, because I wanted to really try out the things that I was going to be able to do with this pencil, because I've seen a couple of YouTube videos right now about charcoal, and most of them just seem to go ahead and draw it a la prima. I guess you can call it that. You know, a la prima is when you paint without sketching first, like you just go ahead and start drawing or painting, I guess. And that's the same with charcoal. I've seen a lot of people do that, in which they just go and start craving the face as if it were a sculpture. So I saw a lot of people doing this, in which they just blocked in the shapes of the eyes and the mouth, but just very roughly. like when I say roughly, I mean like extremely rough, like not even a circle, like just a block of shadow, and they turn out very nice, and they are able to smudge it very neatly. I didn't try that technique at first because I was afraid that it wasn't going to work, because as I said, the pencils were leaving marks on the paper even if I didn't press too hard. Like the lines were still visible with no pressure at all. So I didn't want to risk that in this first portrait. So what I decided to do was just to treat them as if they were just regular pencils, just keeping in mind that they are a lot more smudgeable. And that seemed to work pretty nicely for this first sketch. I got a lot of tones out of it, which was very nice. I didn't know what to blend with, because with my finger, as I said, since I think this was the number 4, because I tried to blend it with my finger and it didn't work that nicely, which as opposed to the number 2, you can smudge that one with your finger very easily, but this one didn't. And so I tried using different methods. I also tried using the napkin method that I talked about in a previous video, but I didn't want to make a huge mess, because one thing about charcoal is that it can get very messy very quickly, and I didn't want that to happen with this one. So I was very careful with whatever I was doing, and with whatever I was experimenting in general. But yeah, I started just working my way around with the blender thingy that you are seeing on screen right now, the paper one, I don't even remember what it's called. I said it in the previous video, but I don't remember. Yeah, that one that you're seeing right now, that looks like a pencil, but it's just made of paper. I tried blending with that thing and it worked nicely. As I said, also I don't really like that tool because it forces you to really apply a lot of pressure, or maybe if you were to have more pigment on the paper or more charcoal, it will be required to use less pressure. But since I'm not very acquainted to this tool, I didn't want to, or I don't know how to handle it properly. Maybe for some of you it works wonders, but yeah, for me it doesn't. And so I was trying my hardest not to press too firmly on the paper because I didn't want to get rid of the tooth of the paper, and I did make a mess. As you can see, I erased a couple of times around the portrait because I was getting a lot of smudges everywhere just from moving my hand from one place to another. That, I guess, it can be solved with just placing a paper towel or just a sheet of paper on top of your drawing. But since it's just a sketch, I didn't want to get too technical with it. I just wanted to do something quick and try out the medium for the first time. And yeah, it was lots of fun. And I also think it really goes well with my style. Right now I'm looking into getting one of those charcoal bars that you can get like without any wood or stuff like that, because I want to get the softest the softest bar that I can, because those are the ones that smudge in the way that I want them to, because as I said, these pencils don't smudge that much. So yeah, that's a thing that I'm definitely going to look into. Now, I think that's about everything that I want to say for this portrait, because if I say anything more, I'm not going to have anything to talk about in the videos to come. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy, leave a comment if you've ever tried charcoal, if you have any tips for me, and subscribe if you're enjoying these daily sketch videos, and thank you for watching.